Crypto, how's everybody doing out there? I hope you're doing well. So tonight we have got the dude back on to talk about Janus and the Janus Tower. See if number 28 is holding up from the hype that was getting on stream last week. We have James from Baby Dragon X on to give us a few updates, and I'm going to do a little bit of a look into what's happening with Blaze and Inferno. Obviously, I mentioned last week that me and you, Todd, stepped up and taken over the mantle of the Blaze protocol. It's all been quite quiet, but there are many things cooking in the background. So, hope the market has been treating everybody well this last week. And Dude and James, nice to have you on the show again. Dude, how you doing?
Excellent as always. Always happy to be here in crypto. This is my life. Never leaving.
Nice. James, how you doing?
I have to say the same as Dude because we were on a call for 4.5 hours earlier today for the platform. You know, everybody's talking about what's the when platform. Well, as soon as possible. As soon as possible. But yeah, things are good overall. The weather is great here in Southeast Asia. We're not in any rainy seasons. There's been no volcano eruptions over at Bali, which that happens more often than you would think if you're not familiar with that volcanic region. Health is decent, and it is now 4 a.m. I took a couple-hour nap before I jumped on here. I'm glad I woke up without the alarm clock. Otherwise, it would just be the two of you.
So yeah, I was just it's good to have you both back on. I was just saying backstage briefly there this last week I have been I'm renovating actually 10 different rooms in my house. I've got work going on in them at the minute.
10 rooms in the house.
Yeah, wow. There's 10 different rooms getting renovated at the minute, and it's not a lot of fun. So I took a couple of weeks off work and to get stuck in and help with the redecorating, and it's kind of taken over. I didn't expect it to take over as much as it has. But it's been a lot of effort this last week. So I haven't been tuned in to what's happening in the market too much this last week. Just checking in each day. I see ETH kind of seems to be just bobbing along. Checking in the chats, everything still seems pretty as it was a week ago. Are you finding anything different, dude? And any news for me of what's been happening in the last week?
I mean, you know, like I was saying earlier, it's if you're paying attention, if you're in this full time, there's always something going on. But when you zoom out and pull back, like I'm pulling up the TitanX chart, it's doing a whole lot of sideways. So I can see where you could say like this is boring, but there's 30 tokens on top of TitanX. I've been looking at Pulsechain a lot and watching what I've been building, and lots going on there. I just feel like there's always something. If you're trying to make a play, I think there is always a play to be made somewhere in crypto, or even just TitanX in particular.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I haven't even crypto graphics might be popping in here this evening. I think just checking in on his chat. He's launched Unity on Pulsechain. And it seems to be getting pretty good participation. I think he's got 2 times the participation over on Pulsechain that he did launching on Ethereum so far. So kind of bodes well.
We were talking earlier. I mean, I was watching cryptographics before, like either very, 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 very early on in TitanX or even before TitanX. So I mean, I know that he's got a great community over there on Pulsechain, great following, and just always had good things to say. Like he was always interesting to hear, and always had some good viewpoints, and especially his interviews, like the way he did his interviews. I used to. I don't know if he still does interviews anymore, but yeah, good guy. I knew he'd do well over there.
Yeah. So what's this? Slim is saying Eric said Jake is cooking something big. I wonder, is that just random words, or did he actually hear something concrete?
Eric with a K, or I mean that's Eric with a C. I'm sure he meant the evil Eric. I'm sure he meant that one, right?
The very evil one, yeah. I think that's what he means.
I couldn't believe that coin. Like people ask me about is evil Eric still got that coin out? Like Well, I mean, once a coin's out, it's out. Like it stays on chain, you know.
That's my coin.
Well, was it yours? Was it yours?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. I kind of thought it was somebody in TitanX must have launched that thing.
Yeah, it's over on Pulsechain. That was just a
Right.
well,
Little
it
fun
was just
thing.
a piss. That was just a piss take at the time. So that's sitting cooking in the background. It's been left. It's been left to do its thing in the background. It's got a nice pair with Janus and a few other tokens on Pulse Chain. So
I mean, if you got some supply over there, you might as well pair it with X28 with Tower 28 because we're in for some fun here today.
that's a good idea. Yeah, the tower. All right, so let's crack into the first thing we're going to have a look at this evening is the Janus protocol. Yeah, sorry, we'll go into the Janus Tower.
Before,
Go ahead.
before we do that, I came across this post today that's somewhat old. Yeah, December of last year, but really didn't change, and it you know, I don't know if you guys seen it, but I had to repost it because I somehow missed it, and I thought it was a really good post by Cryptographics.
Scroll in.
Just talking about if you had
in?
Oh yeah,
Or
yeah.
read it? Dictate.
You need your glasses,
Educate us, dude.
Oh, there we go. Is that better?
That's better.
Yeah.
If you had a rich friend who said you had $25 million in ETH and said to you, hey, there's this token on Ethereum that only has a 72 million market cap. I'm going to use all $25 million of ETH that I have to slowly buy this token. And then when I'm done, I'm just going to burn all the tokens. You know, like what would you do if you had a friend tell you that, you know? And I mean, his answer is, you know, would you be buying that token right now and knowing that your friend's going to pump it? You know, and what if I told you that, you know, there is a token that exists like this? And obviously, I'm talking about TitanX with the buy and burn. But it's just, I don't know. It just really caught me off guard seeing this because it's a good way to phrase it. You know, if you look at the buy and burn as another as more buy pressure is not as opposed to something else. It's amazing. And then he kind of goes on to talk about it's not just that, you know, obviously there's a highly active large community. You know, we've got meme coins, stores of value, mining protocols, yield farming, staking protocols, and a lot more since this post has come out. All you know, three of us as builders, we can attest that building is not slowed down. There's still more things coming out. Most recently, Taurus has come out. Ascend has announced that they're coming out with an additional lending protocol. ORX has got Orin launching. You've mentioned Blaze has got more coming. It's so many things coming out. It's again, I'm in this full time, so I'm just deep in it, and like I see all these things. But if you're not paying attention, it could seem boring to you. But really, there's a ton going on in the background, and of course, the TitanX 6-pack. When will that protocol come?
It's really right around the corner. I mean,
it is
on like a public testnet. That is, we're so close we can smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and this is my
bobbing
TitanX. Go
along.
ahead.
Yeah, there's
Sorry.
just bobbing along there again this last week or so.
Yeah. Which I mean, it's this red line I drew all the way back in the last bear market, way back. It's, you know, take me forever to get zoom out here. This is the daily chart. And it's just impressive to see it's bouncing off that exact same line. And of course, I'm looking at the ratio, not the USD value.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, yeah, while it's going sideways, just continue building. Jake is still alive. He will come back. He will be marketing again. Eric is still there pushing things, you know. Nothing's changed. The fundamentals are all still here, I guess, is long story short.
All right, so let's have a look at let's have a look at what's happening with the tower.
Oh yeah,
We had an awesome
for
pump.
sure. Oh, there
We
it
had an
goes. It's
awesome
finally
pump
loading. You can see.
on the stream last week.
We did. That was a lot of fun. I was trying to remember what the price point was on the stream. I guess we can look at the dates here and see.
I'm pretty
What,
sure it was something 20.
Was it 20
20
cents?
cents?
Yeah,
That rings a bell.
yeah. Because I think even by the end of the stream, it was up at about 30 cents, and the next day it was at 42. The top out at 42 cents or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. And then we had quite a few players profit taking, which was absolutely expected on my end. That's how you play these buy low, sell high games. Yeah, you can see a massive player took profits there. Yeah, so 20 cents. Yeah, that's this line here. It kind of went sideways around the 30 cents.
Yeah.
And then, so let's just pull out the old measuring stick. So back on our stream at around 30 cents, that was a 1,300% pump from launch. All-time high, 2,300%. And that's in 19 days. 19 days. And then from there,
this all came out of there's not enough degen in TitanX. Like everybody wants fair launch and everybody wants fair principles and all this other type of thing. And then dude was mentioning that even in my community, people will say, "How can we just make like a quick 2x or a quick 3x?" Well, I mean, with fair launch, it doesn't really necessarily work like that. And dude said, "You know what? I'm going to put my noodle to it. I'm going to figure something out." And lo and behold, the tower was born. Really, I mean that's the origin story right there.
Yeah. So 2,300% up, run up, followed by a minus 67% fallback, which, to be honest, is less than I thought it could have been. This is designed to be extremely volatile. So minus 67 is not too crazy. But then from there, whoever's buying this dip, man, this is so frustrating. There we go. It pumped another 80% from that dip to the top there. And now we've seen lots more profit taking. And if I zoom in here, you can pretty much see like the buy pressure from the buy and burn. You see this like slow curve up in green, slow curve up, slow curve up, slow curve up. That's mostly the buy and burn buy pressure.
How much is how much is left in that buy and burn? Can we get a look at that quickly?
I was just
it started at 31K, didn't it? I think it was about 28 last week.
Yeah, and it's I just added it up. Let's see, share this tab. If you run through this, I just added it up. There's roughly 40K in the buy and burn. Nice. So it's pretty much been everything that's been used in the buy and burn has been replenished from taxes on Janus and the tower tokens. So it's really just been the buy and burn has just been holding. And I just recently ramped it up slightly earlier today. I saw lots of profit taking. I was like, well, now's the time to pump up the buy and burn now that we've got a bunch of users selling out on us. But yeah, if you scroll through here, there's several I mean, there's every token, there's a balance. And this is where it gets interesting, is it's kind of like a yo-yo effect with 28 layers. When people are buying, it's like yo-yoing up, and then when they sell, it's swinging back. And now that we've had this backswing, you can see there's not a whole lot going on as far as buy pressure you see on the token 28 chart, but you can see it in the buy and burn. It's coiling up. It's using Pulse to fill up all of these other intermediate tower tokens. One other thing that I thought was really interesting is token 21. This is another one of the tax tokens. It's got 62,000 tokens in there, which that's 6% of the whole supply. It's accumulated 6% of the Tower 21 token in the buy and burn from all of the buys and sells.
So it's sorry,
So
just to clarify, then does that mean and that's in there? Is that how many will never hit the market again? Is that essentially how many has been bought and burnt?
No, this is in all of these tokens are all, the only thing they do is to find their way to token 28 and burn it.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah. So all of that is going to buy token 22, and token 22 can only buy 23. But I mean, acquiring 6% of the supply just from tax volume is insane to me. And then, yeah, I mean, 4% of the supply, 4%. These are massive balances that are only going to buying and burning token 28. Let's go to
while you're pulling that stuff up, dude, I wanted to just ask a question here of Ali. So Ali, you said you had a bit of a limited time because you got 100 things going on outside of crypto. So we have less than an hour. Is that correct?
Yep.
So, dude, you know, you love to go through the technicals and the explanations and all those types of things. Do you want to actually start? Do you want to do the crank up? Do you want to crank it up on stream?
That's gonna be a pain in the ass for me to do live.
Oh, is that too hard to do live? Oh, I didn't.
But I can do it. I mean, it involves 28 tokens, so I would, yeah.
What is it?
It would involve me making. He's just talking about turning the buy and burn up to get people interested in it. Like I said, I cranked it up just a little bit. So it was running every hour. I've cranked it up to every 30 minutes and increased the limits on some of the buys to get that going a little bit. But
the buy and burn still says an hour though. Like the buy and burn says there's 48 minutes left. So unless you just
yeah. No, the pulse injections specifically, I've gone from 1 hour to 30 minutes.
I see.
Mm-hmm. The entire tower is getting pulse injections twice as fast.
Okay.
So the buy and burn itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's the supply. We're at 839,000 tokens. Let me zoom in again on this. It started at 1 million. So we are at, what is that? 17% of the supply is already burned. And the buy and burn it's a lot.
It's a lot considering the buy and burn's actually got more in it now than it did last week. How the hell does that happen? Is that what
magic internet? It's magic internet money. The dude, he did it. He's done it. He has done it.
A buy and burn that increases with no effort. What is this?
Exactly.
Oh, there's effort. There's economic energy. I mean, it's because of the volume. There's so many people swapping. Yeah, there's Janus, there's Pulse, there's the 28 levels, there's the reflections, there's people accumulating, then there's huge dumps, then people buy back in. And it's I think dude said it, and I don't know his exact words, but there's somewhere between 80 and 90% of the economic energy stays in the protocol. This is not one of those draining protocols where people come in, extract all the value, and leave. You can't really do that here. Like, everyone would have to sell to extract all the value, and that doesn't really happen in protocols. So as long as you've got some people interested in buying and accumulating, the economic energy stays inside it, and I think that's the magic. I think that's the magic there.
Besides that, it's built on top of Janus. Janus is getting trades nonstop, and it's all bots. No humans are trading Janus back and forth, yet it's getting trade volume, and that tax is supporting this buy and burn also. That's where all the pulse is coming from. And then you add on token 7, 14, 21, those tax tokens adding to that buy and burn balance, and that's where you get this. Yeah, so I was just looking at it. I mean, simple math. There's 4K in liquidity. There's 40K in the buy and burn. Does that mean a possible 10x? I don't know. You should do your own research.
Do your own math. Do your own research.
All right, let's see. Let's fucking look at the chat quickly. Darko X is on, busting balls again. Darko.
He's something else. I mean, he's not afraid to share his opinion.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we've got one side. Well, so we've got one group of people that say we don't do enough and we don't do it fast enough. Then we got another group of people say we do it too fast. Then we got another group of people that say, "Oh, the founder's always talking. He's always in the chats, but he's not doing anything." And you got another group of people say, "Well, the founder's never in the chats." You can't please everybody. You really can't please everybody. Oh, wait, did he say up your game? Oh, did you just say up your game?
Yeah, I don't want to share everything and get into all the details of what one person's opinion is. But
right.
It's just something like even this comment. Jake is here supporting the projects that actually help TitanX, like Taurus was the last. Reality check here. Jake isn't here fucking helping anything at the minute. I'm not saying he won't, but at this minute in time, you're calling the dude out. Dude's probably done more streams than fucking Eric and most of the other builders in the TitanX ecosystem in this last week. So
maybe
talking about Taurus and marketing and yes, Cryptographics is doing a great job. But let's look at I just took a quick look. Helios has about 500 holders. Taurus has 97 holders. So there's a lot of things you're saying, Darko, that aren't exactly really correct here. But I agree. We could always be doing a hell of a lot more. And we're all trying to do our best here. 100% trying to do our best. We're fucking here week in, week out, trying to do our best. If it's not good enough, I am fucking sorry, but we're trying.
And I'm sure it hurts his feelings that I'm over here pushing a Pulsechain protocol that's built on Janus, that's only got one foot in the TitanX door and the other foot's in Pulsechain. But again, I mean, do you want to fight against the grain or go with it? And to me, Pulsechain's got a lot of fundamentals going on, so that's why I'm straddling that. Obviously, I'm never going to drop TitanX, but pushing Janus and the Janus Tower, that's it. Janus Tower has burned HLX because it's pushed Janus. It's pushed Janus up, and people have been minting Janus. They're paying a pulse fee. They're burning HLX. It's all connected. So you can't even act like I'm just forgetting about other protocols, and they're all growing in liquidity together as they develop. H420 is adding liquidity to E280, making those protocols more and more one giant ecosystem. So
yeah, I mean, I'll say this: I've never really seen another builder do as much to tie so many protocols together that doesn't need human interaction to do it. So, there's this other comment about even think he's forgot what he has built. I think that's absolutely the
Yeah.
complete opposite is the reality here. That like even bringing this tower into play supports nearly every other project that you've built before.
Yeah.
I think he was just playing around there on that one. I think that was.
Yeah,
I've been communicating with Darko X on the Sunday Spaces and on X, so I know when he's when he means something and when he's just playing around. But it's great to see him here. It's great to see him here participating. He's supporting the ecosystem. He's making comments, and that all is also important. So,
absolutely.
yeah. So thank you.
So just say Jukaboos. Cheers, everyone. Cheers for tuning in again. Not good
Cheers.
God. Cheers. Nice to see you again. Good God. Cheers for
Good
tuning
God.
in. Jukaboos, thanks for doing the weekly show. Darko, marketing motherfuckers. We're working our asses off right now.
This is marketing. Here we are. Here we are marketing.
Will more
See us
elements be
go.
added to Tower 28?
Not officially. We've discussed possibly doing that with the HLX DAO, helping support this because it's supporting HLX. So we've considered that, but at face value, it doesn't seem like a lot. But I added it all up, and there's a few 100K in volume. I mean, in liquidity. When you look at the whole tower as a whole, there's 40K, 22. Can you guys see this? I need to zoom in more.
It's a little tight, a little small.
There is liquidity. Token 28 is thin liquidity by design because it's supposed to follow the tower ratios more than the direct pair with Pulse.
What is the liquidity in Tower 28? Sorry.
Currently like 4K, I believe.
Sweet.
In just the Pulse, 4.4K.
Yeah,
and then there's an additional 3K with Janus. Yeah.
Which is pretty
There's
decent because
one
the market caps of all these
there's
things
several
are all
pairs.
tiny. What
Yeah.
that, dude? Greatly appreciated by the community.
It's hard to see on.
Darko, shut the fuck up. Keto Natural, let's fucking go, guys.
Hey, Keto. Yo, Weaponhead.
Element Towers. Win Element Towers.
Oh, Element Towers. Element Tower.
Weaponhead. Oh, we must be talking this. There must be somebody else, other Dutch, maybe, somebody else is Dutch in the chat. And yes, Element Towers would be awesome. Maybe is Giplast Dutch for awesome? Is it?
Probably.
We need AI.
We need AI to tell us.
Just touching on Pulsechain. Let me share my screen a second here. Boop boop boop.
Yeah, and I've learned quite a bit with the Janus Towers. There's a few things that I would do different that we might see in the future.
Oh, tell us one thing you've learned so far.
That you don't need humans going through the tower. Like when I launched this, I envisioned people buying token 1, taking token 1 to buy 2, and get to token 28 through the tower. Quickly realized that there's a lot of loss of value when a user does that. And buying token 28 directly still supports the rest of the tower. It still is doing as intended. So that's one thing I think on a future iteration is to allow people and market people to that top token, and they don't even need to worry about what the rest of the tower is doing. It really just does it on its own. It creates massive amounts of ARB volume.
Yeah, that was definitely a good learning.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. The tower is a fucking cool concept. Like I said last week, I wouldn't be surprised to see it pop up somewhere else. I don't know, maybe, but you'll do it on something else, dude, or whatever. But it's such a cool design that maybe, like you say, you've learned a couple of things already that definitely have. I think we'll definitely see something similar pop up. No, I'm not saying that because I'm building anything like it, but just it's the kind of thing that looks so awesome that and has so much potential that it's gotta be at some stage copied and tweaked a little bit. But yeah, I just wanted to show we've just been adding small chunks of liquidity over to the Inferno. We'll get this is Inferno on Pulsechain. So this is bridged Inferno, bridged Ethereum Inferno over on Pulsechain. We'll get the DEX screener logo and stuff up on this week. We've got Max on the case getting a nice banner designed up. We'll get this stuff added. Utah's been working this week. He's got the DEX screener stuff up on the Inferno side over on base, so it's all ready for the action. But I think this is the case. A lot of people are working to bring TitanX value over to Pulsechain. We've got 22K of liquidity on Inferno TitanX over on Ethereum. The price in US dollar terms is slightly higher over on Pulsechain. So, maybe not a huge chunk of money to be made, but if you do bridge over your Inferno, you can sell it for a little bit of profit over on Pulsechain. 2.5K.
I see that on a lot of bot tokens. It's HLX, H420 has been like that quite often as well.
I just realized I wasn't streaming to my community. My goodness! So now we're streaming to the Baby Dragon X YouTube, which is a tiny little baby. It really is. But the JC Tech Future, I mean, we do have a decent following on there. So I was just thinking, wait a minute, what am I forgetting? I knew there was something. So there we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was going to say, Ollie, when you were talking about the concept and the tweaking, and you wouldn't be surprised to see it come up somewhere else. So it's almost like you've got a crystal ball over there. It's what else do you see in this crystal ball? Tell us what else you see there.
What I see, actually, something I do see? I do see a nice future for the Blaze protocol.
Okay.
All right. So every day the auction since actually I'll show the chart quickly first.
Yeah,
this was around day 365 of the Blaze protocol. So 8%. We were sitting at, I'm flicking through a lot of stuff here. Let's see, 1 second. If we go to holders of Blaze, we still have 81% of the supply locked up in the staking contract. We have almost 9% in one of the liquidity pools, another 1% in the other liquidity pool. Element has actually got 0.5% in the liquidity in its liquidity pool. So Blaze is a very, very scarce asset. After 400 and something days of emissions, it's still extremely, extremely rare out there. There's not a lot of it on the market, and it only takes about $650 each day to close this ROI out to zero. So $650 approximately. It's maybe slightly less than that worth of ETH coming into this protocol each day to close this ROI to zero. Now, whenever I mentioned this a few weeks back, there was some days 100% getting left on the market. So the first person to come in and sell their Blaze that they got in the auction was getting a really, really nice, healthy ROI every day. And that's what was happening after day 365 around here. Nobody was paying attention for a few weeks, including, as I mentioned last week, the team of 8 that was Blaze before. We were kind of in a like a landlock where we couldn't get anything moving to help this protocol, to build on top of this protocol to help it. So you can see it was just dragging. And this is the point where Utah and myself have kind of taken over. It got an initial bit of a pump, and then again, like everything, we were kind of going sideways. Hopefully, this is the end of the downside. Not financial advice. I am actively working to promote and work and build and help this protocol as a co-owner with Utah. So the crystal ball, I'm kind of hoping that maybe next week, whenever this is a thing, whenever we builders do go quiet, usually it's because we're working our fucking asses off. Something is out there that's eating into our time. So hopefully next week, the crystal ball says that next week we'll probably have some announcements of things that are actually going to bring some utility to Blaze. Because there's a lot that can be done out there. There's a lot of partnerships can be made. There are many ways out there to give utility to tokens. So we've got a few things cooking that that well within the TitanX ecosystem they haven't really been seen before or done before. So yeah, we've got a lot of. Hopefully next week we can start announcing some of these things we've been working on in the background. So I would like to see. It doesn't take much economic energy to start buying up some of these Blaze tokens. About 6,500 get emitted in the auction each day at the minute. Yeah, about 6,500. It's down to 6,355. That's all comes out each day. So whenever it gets some really tasty, juicy utility, 6,000 tokens at around 7 cents a piece is not a lot to be if it can be utilized in a good, potentially good, exciting, fun, ROIing type of way. Yeah, these emissions are still could be extremely low.
So is the Blaze token is a zero tax token?
Yeah, zero tax. Yeah.
All righty, great to hear. There's some foreshadowing for you. Great to hear.
Utah's up. Did they bring him on
Hey,
stage?
Utah, saw you roll in here.
Yay, how's it going, guys? I had to come in here to fight some FUD warrior.
That's what we need. You gotta have a FUD warrior.
Tired of that shit, man. Anyway, yeah, it's good. It's good to be here. Good to see you guys. Been a while since I've been on stream with you guys. Yeah, James over here dropping little nuggets about no tax tokens are beneficial in the future. That always gets me intrigued.
Yeah, the way that I word it is zero tax tokens will have the ability to have immense value in the new utility platform. Immense value. So if you're a tax token, you're collecting tax, that's all right. You got to stand over in this court. You got to stand over in this queue. But if you are a no tax token, there can be some amazing things you'll be able to do on this new platform. And we're so close. We're very, very close. In fact, we have selected our first auditor. We're just waiting because there's 6,000.
It's not official. It's not official.
So you're okay. I'll grant you that. We are close to selecting our first auditor, of which we'll have two. And there's 5,500 plus lines of code and all that type of thing. So yeah, but when the platform is 100% ready for public testnet, which it's pretty much ready for public testnet.
2 weeks.
And the auditor has started. Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, you know the 2 weeks meme? 2 weeks. I think it's gonna be less than 2 weeks. I'm gonna go on record and say I think it's gonna be less than 2 weeks.
I'm sticking to my 2 weeks, but can't go wrong.
Yeah, you see,
weeks.
I'm looking forward to finding out what this is, because anything that I think that is a big thing that we really need is pushing things to do with the coins that we have. Yeah, I'm all for building more, absolutely all for building more. But if there's one thing just with Blaze especially, it's that it is the kind of token that needs utility. It was built to be a staking protocol. That was the utility that was given to it. It was the thing that was utilized. It was utilized for, as you can see in that. I think at the height, we had like 87% of that token that came onto the market staked, and it's a perfect example of a token that needs needs utility. It's not a meme token. It had a utility that kind of closed off a little bit. You can still stake, but the rewards aren't as good as they were in the early days. Now that staking, you're not going to get much benefit from the diamond hand pool, but its utility is what it needs. Use cases. If I have Blaze, what can I use it for? What can be done with it? So I'm looking forward to seeing what the six pack brings out. But I'm also, like I say, looking forward to just finding other things that we can put in place to utilize. For example, the Blaze token with. But I think that utility is a massive important part of where we're going with not just our builds, but the tokens.
We were
80,
talking. Oh, go ahead, dude.
I mean, you showed 80% of it staked. I would say you successfully. That would, if that's the use case, is for staking and earning ETH. I'd say that's been very successful. And yeah, the rewards are lower, but so is the token price. You can get much more shares for cheaper than you could in the beginning. So there's that trade-off as well. But yeah, I love it. I'm a Diamond Hand ticket holder, so I'm really looking forward to additional use case and a reason for people to go in to buy this token again. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, there's definitely been a little bit more speculation. That like I say, that ROI in the auction was sitting every single day, positive. I've seen it most days this week close out to zero, and you'd wonder why anybody would bother going and participating if something is going to show a zero ROI. But it's kind of because you don't get hit with slippage. If you don't get hit with any slippage for your tokens, and it kind of you kind of gauge just what you're getting as well. So. What were we going to say, Utah?
I was gonna say that on our call earlier today we were discussing use cases for Blaze, and I had totally already, because I have a short-term memory, forgot about the six pack project. But I mean, I still don't know what we're gonna do with it. But James is over here telling me, if you got a non-tax token, it'll be beneficial for you. So there's some kind of opportunity there for a use case for Blaze. So there's quite a few that we've been discussing, and so yeah, that's pretty exciting. And I don't think people realize how few tokens are available daily now versus what it was. I think we're probably close to 30% less tokens available daily than there was at launch. So that's pretty exciting. And we are still at around 66% stake, so we're at 2/3.
No,
So
it's still 80%. Utah, 81% still staked.
Is it?
Yep.
Then we need to get our bot fixed in our chat. Oh yeah.
81.
Wow, that's solid. Big time.
Yeah. I mean, there's the top holder barely has 1%. And then below that, which I recognize that wallet. But can you scroll down a little bit? What did some of the other top holders have? Like 0.5%? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's half a percent only 20 with 1%. What's the
It's 12,000 tokens.
No, the price is wrong. Etherscan has the price wrong. I wish it was worth $1.75. But here, this is another interesting thing as well. It's just the amount of holders. The number of holders hasn't really gone down or hasn't gone up. Everybody that's here, and I was looking at a number of different tokens in TitanX and comparing. The holder numbers really aren't going down. I would like to think that if we get any sort of run at all, that all these holder numbers are just going to go up for a while. There's not really many sellers left. And for a token that we're trying to breathe some life back into, 440 holders, 450 holders, it's a nice baseline to be starting from. There is a community there. It just needs a little bit of a fucking spark or something to really kick a little bit of life into it. Inferno's another one, has over 1,000 holders of the token still. That is, that's a decent decent sized community, and there are some fairly substantial holders of that token still. In dealing and sort of discussing with a couple of different projects about how can I be using their platforms to give utility to the tokens that I'm promoting here, Blaze and Inferno. One of the questions that somebody asked me, they asked was, why would you not just start a new protocol? Why would you not just start a new protocol? Why bother going back to something old? One, I don't give up on things, and that's part of one fucking reason. I'm still a holder and a participant in both protocols. But that too was that I do firmly believe that there's a fucking solid community behind both tokens. Most people that are in Blaze, I've never really heard anybody that's been participating in Blaze really say, even though the price chart would say, it's like a down forever, looks like a down forever. Nobody's ever really kicked off and said, fuck, I hate Blaze, such a shit protocol. I have seen Darko on complaining about how shit Inferno has been, but at the same time, that's part of the reason. I firmly believe it's a cracking meme. It's got other protocols still built on it. We have a nice chunky liquidity pool on Pulsechain on base, and I will be now working my ass off to promote these things, build for these things, add utility. So that's the reasoning behind why I wouldn't build something new. But I do firmly believe that both those tokens, Blaze and Inferno, as do many of the other tokens in the TitanX ecosystem, they've got a fucking solid community behind them. And yeah, we're still kicking along a little bit sideways now, but I firmly believe that's not going to happen for much longer.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you support your protocols that you've already built? I mean, to me, dude's the master at it. I mean, every single thing that he's built benefits Helios in one way or another. At the end of the day, and benefits their community and their treasury and their DAO. So, kudos to him. And I think a lot of time when these people come out and they just start FUD, quit building, you're doing this, you're doing that, blah blah blah. Like James said, there's about 10 different things that they can complain about, and they do. But one thing that people need to consider is that we're not just building this for the people that are here right now. We expect massive growth. We want to have all these different things for everybody that's going to come in. I'm thinking we easily 10x the holders, and we want to have this utility and all these things here for the next wave of users that are coming into this ecosystem. So I think people just lose sight of it. They only see what they see right now. It's like, this is not our destiny. Like, this isn't what you're seeing right now is the worst of the worst. Like, you have no clue. You got to have a little bit of vision to be in this game and build for what, the people that are coming. I don't know. I get frustrated sometimes. I just get so tired of it.
Yeah.
I think that was really well put, Utah. I mean, the way you said it there at the beginning, it's not where we are today. It's where we're going. It's where we're headed, and where we're going to be tomorrow. And we are, we may borrow from some of that tagline there. I really love what you said, because we do firmly believe that this utility platform will bring in people that have no idea about TitanX. They'll have no idea what TitanX is or X28, and they won't necessarily even care until some of them will learn about it and say, oh, look at this thing over here. What's this? What's this? This is where it all came from. So the TitanX Six-Pack Club utility platform is this. This is where it was birthed from. And this is why it's so fair, and it's going to be so successful, and it's going to be very appealing. So, good points, Utah. Very, very good points.
Yeah.
And I'd like to borrow. We're gonna borrow some of those marketing points.
Like before TitanX did its run up last year, the run up August, September, October. I mean, a lot of people were saying the same kind of things before. TitanX was fucking absolute dog shit back then, and then we run a 10x. All the protocols are all popping. Well, yeah, more stuff was starting to get built then, more so than things popping off. But yeah, it's like there's 150, almost 150 people watching here today, and we're not really doing anything differently now than we were a year ago. We're still here, still doing it. But when the hype comes, we are fucking here, and we are absolutely ready. We have, other things ready to go. We've got use cases ready to go. We've got streaming platforms ready to go. We've got knowledge, experience. We know how to deal with a lot of the things that will come. Four or 5,000 people watching the streams again. I do see that coming too. Whenever you start to get pumping, and we are, the foundation is there, and we're built, and we're ready. We're fucking ready for all this. We have answers for everything. We can teach beginners. We can teach fucking everybody everything they need to know about this ecosystem. And now we've got all the stuff happening over on Pulsechain as well. Got also happening over on Base. We've even got stuff on Binance. I don't know whether there's anything built out quite as extensively and well as or anything like it out there. But yeah, we're fucking ready. That's my point. We're ready for it.
Yes.
Well put.
Yes.
Well put. Love your energy. I absolutely love it. That's one great thing about you, Ali. It's not just that you've got vision and you care about the community and you create some really cool freaking memes, but your energy level. Woo! I remember some of those walks you would take. You'd be outside, and I would think somebody's going to tackle him and like pull him down, and like think he's out there he's just out of control. Just because
I gotta get
it though.
back to doing more of that shit. You gotta get back there and enjoy that stuff. All right, when you start wrapping up, you need to cut it at an hour tonight. James, do you want to touch on anything else you've got going on there? Or quick update on some of your protocols.
So we turned on scale. We turned back the tax, and because there were a lot of people saying, "Hey, I want to bridge some things over, and I want to make some more. I want to make some moves with scale." So we turned the scale tax back from 6% down to 1.5%. The reflections. So we're going to turn that back up. So now you had your 2 weeks to make all those moves, and we did notice people moving. People did buy more actually, and then they bridged it and all those other interesting things. So the scale protocol will have its reflections turned back up.
Can I butt in? I want to butt in there a second and just mention to get your thoughts on this. A lot of the TitanX ethos and especially Blaze was decentralization, no admin keys suck, all this, and I've seen a lot of people put so much time and effort and focus on removing as many admin keys as they can, and I understand it. I totally get it, but this is a perfect example for me of a reason to have admin keys, to have flexibility. If a builder's there and a builder can be trusted to do the best for his protocol and his protocol and his community and his holders, I don't see any problem with admin keys at all. This is a perfect example for me of where being able to tweak things gives your protocol advantages rather than disadvantages.
Yeah.
Really good points.
Yeah. And HLX, that's why I have the DAO, because that's the whole point. It's the best of both worlds, where you can have the customization, the admin keys, but it's still not one single point of like control. It's not me that holds those admin keys. It's a safe wallet with 5 signatures. So there's 5 people. James is one of them on the DAO.
That motherfucker.
Yeah. So we can pivot. We can make these adjustments. We do have these admin keys, but it's not just me. I can't just decide to do whatever I want. It's got to go to a community vote. It's got to get signed off by 3 out of the 5 members of the DAO. To me, like, that is the perfect balance between immutable and admin keys, is having that safe wallet.
Yeah, I agree, man. So sorry to cut you off there, James. Just wanted to bring that up when you were mentioning that about scaling the tax back.
Yeah, I mean, I did definitely appreciate it. So there's really the only other big news is the TitanX 6-Pack Club utility platform, And as dude says, 2 more weeks. Yeah. We can't wait. We can't wait. It's not a commitment to 2 weeks, but we're just so close. We've already sent the repos out to a handful of auditors. I think we're going to select this first auditor. I don't know. We probably will. We've all worked with some of these auditors before, and it's a platform. This is not a protocol. This is a platform. Yeah. So it's going to take a while. These audits are going to take 3 to 4 weeks each.
Yeah, and I'll add on to that this is a platform for the entire crypto community. The TitanX, or specifically the X28 ecosystem, they get special benefits, but it's really geared towards anybody and everybody. And we're here to show everyone what fair is. So
will Smooth and Crypto Awesome be streaming again?
Oh my God, they're not going to stop. Yeah, they're literally cramped. They're chomping at the bit. When Dude and I were on a call for 4.5 hours, they were on the first 3 hours. They cannot wait to start streaming. They cannot wait to start streaming, and we can't wait too. We can't wait also.
Yeah,
right,
we've
Dave,
got.
Go ahead. You got anything else you want to mention?
Just there's all of us are not afraid to get on stream and go talk about it. So it will definitely be a divide and conquer situation. We all have different aspects of this platform that we love and we'll be talking about. And yeah, I'm so excited about it. Really am.
Yeah, that's pretty cool because even between all those channels, there's probably quite a number of different. You'd be flicking down your X feed, and if everybody's streaming, if everybody's putting, if you are putting out streams where there are a number of you on as well, it'd be hard to flick past something. You see 6 different people streaming it live. You're going to stop and have a little listen at one stage or another.
Yeah.
I'll add one last thing. So there are 12 chains where the V4 hook for Uniswap is on. 12 different EVM chains. And we intend to be on all of them on a controlled rollout. So this is not just an Ethereum or a Base or an Arbitrum or an Optimism or, World Chain. Can you believe World Chain, Binance, BNB Chain? So there's 12 of them. Unfortunately, Pulsechain doesn't have a V4. Do they have a V3? Does Pulsechain have a V3?
Not PulseX, but 9mm does.
9mm has a Pulsechain. Yeah, 9mm does. So the heart of our protocol is the V4 Uniswap hook, which is you can do some unbelievable things with it. So any EVM chain that has the V4 hook, we're going to be on it at one point or another. So we'll start off slow, and then as things go well, we will roll out to those other chains, and we're going to That's why when Dude says this is not just an Ethereum type community or just a TitanX, all those EVM chains, and some of them are well known for memes, and some of them don't have enough memes on them, and some of them don't have enough utility platforms on them, or they're just getting started. Well, now here we come. And all of it's going to benefit X28.
Sounds pretty damn serious. On that note, X28 will lead into Utah is the X28 Super Bull. Anything you want to add before we start wrapping up, Utah? Oh yeah, you see what he's going to say there. He's going to give the speech.
Oh yeah. I told you buy that billion X28 for $95. Right? I told you.
He's gonna get that on his fucking gravestone. The legend of Utah.
Yeah,
the legend of Utah. He bought fucking X28 for less than a billion X28 for less than $100.
I told everybody on Sunday Spaces to do it because everybody was just, man, we were butchered. Oh my God, it was so bad. We were at the lows on everything. And I was like, hey, you can buy a billion X28, and they're just like,
Jake will be back. He's going to start
even cares.
again. You think he launched X28 just to fucking leave it out there? Fuck no.
What? Yeah, So you're telling me the founder of TitanX launched an omni-chain token just to let it sit there? lose its peg and lose its value and not do anything with it. Whatever.
He specifically said in his tweet that he is building that will support X28. Like, how more straightforward and clear can you be? Why is there FUD about it? I don't. It's funny. Yeah.
It is funny because because it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's still a lot of doubt, I guess, and it's like, well, you could just buy TitanX on discount if you buy X28, but it's so weird because like the speculation's where the money's made.
Yeah.
And
we,
you know,
we can tell you firsthand that legitimate large platform takes a lot of time and energy. So it's not like Jake's just dicking around. I mean, I think he's building something great, and that something great takes time. So
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, so X28 is the chosen one. I still stand by. I still stand by it.
I got your back, Utah. I got you.
Thanks, man.
I'm with you. I'm right there with you.
And there's so many good ways to use that burn just by you dropping it in, plug and play into your protocol. And you don't have to take any economic value from entering the protocol. You can just swap whatever TitanX you're using in the protocol for X28, and then you can use, then you're burning TitanX, but you're still keeping all of the value that comes into the protocol. And that alone, we've done it with stacks, and man, it's beautiful. I love it. But yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm ready for this whole freaking alt season. I'm ready for all of it. You know, they're not making it easy. The big money's here. The big boys are here. Yeah. Don't give up your tokens to these guys. They're just trying to wear us out. I know they are, man. They don't like the fact that a few of us front ran them. So if you're here now, man, you're early. We front ran them. We're not selling. Just hold. And it's coming. They can delay it for a while, but they can't delay it forever.
I just want to show that comment. Dude in Utah dragging me along, kicking and screaming. Yep. I think everybody's going to be dragged. Well, everybody's going to be dragged in eventually. So just go with it, Rich. I know you're doing a lot for X28 as well. So, okay. On that note, we shall, just as Pablo is saying hello, we will say goodbye. No, here. All right. Cheers for the 150 people tuned in tonight.
Thank you, all of you.
To you. Cheers, James and Dude, for turning up again. We'll be back on next week. We'll definitely take another quick look at what's happening with the Janus Tower number 28. And like I say, hopefully me and Utah will be on, and we'll have some, tangible updates for the Blaze ecosystem. So yeah, cheers you three for turning up again tonight.
Cheers.
Always a pleasure.
Utah. All right, yes. Thanks everybody for tuning in again. It was a little bit off the cuff. We had no real plan for the stream tonight, but I think that was like always. There definitely is alpha that comes from these streams. There's definitely things worth paying attention to every single week. So hopefully everybody that tuned in tonight either learned something or has a little bit more information on one of the protocols that they've been following, or learned something about anything that me or any of the other guests tonight have been chatting about. Definitely do go and check out app.blaze.win and see if you can get yourself some of that 38% left in the auction today. And we'll be back next week, hopefully a little bit more organized, with a little bit more of a plan, a little bit more time, and some announcements next week, and maybe a few new guests. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Hold on to your freaking bags. It's just another small dip, and we are all, without doubt, gonna make it.
Titan Blaze, the OG we cheer, paying Ethereum dividends, the future's here. 288 days, the cycle's our quest. Ticket holder shine, we're the best. Countdown's close, just a few days to glow. Titan Blaze stakers, let's steal the show. Ethereum dividends flow, our hearts ignite. United we stake in the starry night. 87%, the finish line calls. Blaze tokens staked, we break down walls. OG legacy shines, rewards take flight. Together we claim our cosmic might. Titan blaze, our journey's the key. With every stake token, we're wild and free. 288 days, our future's in view. Stakers united, we see it through.